Do you want to learn how to sew this year? Here's all that you need to get started. My book So Nostalgic comes out next month, and these are all of the essential tools that you'll need for it, so you can jump right in. Okay, the big one is a sewing machine. Well, technically you could hand sew all of the patterns in my book. The instructions are specifically meant for a sewing machine, so you might just have to adjust if you want to do that. I will put some that I recommend in my bio, or you can get a machine secondhand. However, if you are buying secondhand, I do recommend getting it serviced before using it, just to make sure that everything is in working order. Another option, if you're not quite ready to buy a machine, is a lot of times libraries actually have sewing machines that you can check out, so you can start with that. Kind of included with the sewing machine, you'll also need thread, a bobbin, and sewing machine needles, but these should all come with your machine. Next, you will need fabric scissors. You don't need this many though, you just need one pair. These are different than normal scissors, and you need to use fabric scissors to cut your fabrics. It's very important. If you're just starting out, you don't need to get a super expensive pair, but make sure that they are fabric specific scissors. The next thing you're going to need are pins or fabric clips. Oops. An iron is a must. If you don't iron your seams while you're sewing, your clothes are gonna look bad. And with the iron, you'll need some sort of ironing surface. This is like a little fold-up ironing board that I got at IKEA. If you don't have an ironing board, you can also just use an old towel folded up on a surface. Just make sure that it's thick enough so it doesn't melt the surface underneath. This is a seam ripper, and you will need one. A soft tape measure like this is a must for taking your body measurements, so you can make sure that you're making the right size. You'll need an erasable pen or marker or tailor's chalk. Again, this just comes down to preference. And finally, you'll need a sewing gauge like this. I'll link some of my favorite specific tools in my bio if there's anything you want to order. And I also go over all of these in more detail in my book, along with some other optional supplies that you might find useful. And if you haven't already, you can pre-order my book So Nostalgic now in my bio. It comes out next month. Happy sewing!